Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I'm Gaza Jonathan Befi. I represent the people of Kefi, Karu, Kokona, Federal Constituency of Nasarawa State. I bring a bill for an act to amend the Builders Registration Act Cap B13, Law of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, by increasing the prescribed penalties for related matters. So, Mr. Speaker.
I rise to support the bill as moved by Honorable Gaza Jonathan.
I believe this bill is very straightforward and need not be belabored. However, as we know, Oslo hierarchy of needs, the first basic things are food, clothing, then shelter. Shelter cannot be ignored, and you look at the spate of collapsed buildings that have been happening, lives that have been lost. It is to this end that I move this bill with an amendment for certain sections where stiffer penalties will be imposed on people that default. And in section 19(5)(a) and B, where this amendment seeks to address, I wish for 1,000 or imprisonment for a term not exceeding 2 years or both to such fine. And secondly, on conviction in any court of inferior jurisdiction, to a fine not exceeding 500 to be replaced with instead of 1,000, it should be a fine of 1 million in subsection A, and to also substitute instead of 500 in subsection B, 19 subsection B, would be a fine of 500,000. Mr. Speaker, most distinguished colleagues, I so submit.
Bills, these one-line bills of increasing fines and all of that. We've done so many, we treated so many since yesterday. We're going to treat a lot more. And to make effective use of time, one. And then two, what happens in 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years' time? You know, under the economic circumstances at that time, are we going to come back and amend the 100 and something or 200 bills again? Because at that time, it will not reflect the reality, the economic reality of the time. So I'm thinking in these amendments, if we can have a clause rather than stick ourselves to a particular amount of money, a clause perhaps that leaves it to the discretion of the judge, taking into consideration the reality of that time, or something to that effect. Otherwise, we're going to keep coming back to amend fines and amend, I'm not sure if it's effective use of parliamentary time. Not to be amending fines. I
think that can be done and apply the amount that he takes, except that sometimes the discretion could be abused. But let's see what the committees will recommend. And it's a straightforward bill. I'll put the question. But before I do that, I was supposed to ask the Honorable Sugar. Sugar. You know, there's a proposal now that they want to replace sugar with stevia because sugar is dangerous. So should that happen, will you be inclined to change your name from sugar to stevia? And the question is that this bill be now read a second time. Those in favor of the motion say aye. Those against it say nay. The ayes have it. The clerk is invited to read the long title of the bill.
Honorable Speaker, honorable members, the bill for an act to amend the Builders Registration ECC Act, Cap B13, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, to review upwards the fines under the Act for other matters related to second reading.
The bill is referred to the Committee on Housing.